3, 2, 1. And here we go. The red bullet is there, and I think we're being recorded already. So hello everybody, we're live and direct from everywhere around the planet. This is the first meeting of the SUMO community and the SUMO team of 2015. Happy New Year, everybody. Following
Happy
the
New
current
Year!
calendar. Happy New Year. Fireworks or not. So yeah, hand up if fireworks are illegal in your country. No, actually they're legal here. Hooray. So hopefully everybody has the fireworks over the change.
Legal?
We're going.
No.
Well, in Ireland they were legal, so that's why I moved out after several years. I was like, no more. Give me fireworks. But yeah. Where are we? We have a few agenda items to go through today with some updates, and of course this is the beginning of the year, so we're going to be slowly ramping up with more updates because I think some of us are still in a food coma, and I'm pointing at Madalena here. She's in a food coma, so yeah. And we shall start with a very quick scrolling down on the agenda. Yes, we have no previous action items, fortunately or unfortunately, but we have one item to actually discuss very quickly. And again, this is just more of a kickoff of the discussion. It's been brought up in the forums by John and John99. Welcome back, John. And this is just, again, to pick your brains very quickly. We don't expect a resolution or anything like that. It's just to kind of signal a possible feature request or a way of handling some things. So we had a post in the forum, and I think I'm just going to bring it up on my screen just to make sure that I introduce it properly. I think this was connected, yes, this was connected with Ken. Ken, who's one of our new contributors, and he's actually used to working with seniors. So he's working a lot with seniors using computers and the internet, and therefore he has quite a unique perspective on the issues that users face, also using Firefox. And I thought it was a good idea to just start a discussion with everybody on the forums just to see what people think. And how we can actually address support for seniors, or making it easier for less savvy users to understand what's going on with Firefox when you have updates, and not only Firefox in general, but Firefox is a very good entry point here. And we have a discussion ongoing in the forums, and one of the points raised by John was actually about notifying users in advance of changes coming up in products. So one thing that we could possibly be doing, and again, this is just an idea, and to be honest, I have no idea how we could do it, so I'm throwing this out to everybody there, just to think about it for a second and tell us what you think about it. If it's possible, if it makes sense, if it's something that we should not be doing because we're actually supporting people who have problems. So when they encounter a problem, we give them the solution, as opposed to proactively saying, oh, and this is new, and this is new, and this is that. And we're not marketing in a way. We're there to help people. We're not there to promote things that much in a way. But yeah, I mean, that's just one perspective. I would like to hear from you. What do you think is a good way of handling this, or is there a good way of handling this? So who would like to start? If anybody.
I'll start.
I nominate Madalena.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to read through John's entire post because this is my first day after a while, so I have a lot of things to read. I think he makes a good point. I'm totally up for being more proactive in our approach, in the sense of not only waiting for users to come to us, but also for us to go and reach out to users before things happen. I don't know how we can do that yet, so I really, right now I don't have a solution. We probably need to think of more. And it would be interesting to see how does this pan out with marketing, because I think there's a lot of, when we think about this, there are a lot of teams who get involved into the messaging where there are new features. So I don't know like how our role would be together with what marketing needs to do and so on and so forth. And the other thing that I can think of is so one problem that I see with like new features is that there's always some last minute things that change. So like doing things in advance might not be very effective because although I would love to do it, but when things change very quickly and you have like something that is last minute, then your whole work is kind of like falling apart. So again, I don't have any data. I don't know how many of these changes do we have last minute, but from my experience, I know there are quite a few. Maybe Johnny, you probably know more because you have to do like all the articles before the launch, basically. Yeah, that's my take. Tyler.
One thing I would just add here, because you mentioned articles and you mentioned Joni, and I think Joni's already quite busy writing things for what we already have, and then the new features are of course coming up as well, and then there's a timeline for it as well. But should it be articles? Actually, that's another question. Like, should we? And I totally agree with what you said about marketing and so on. Should it be support articles that explain features that are not there yet? Wouldn't that be confusing, for example? Like, I don't know. Like,
Right.
I usually think that we should be providing people with information when they look for it. We should not be
Yeah.
going out there and
No,
throwing more information at people saying, oh, and this and this and this and that. And it's like, I
no,
don't
no,
even
no,
care
no.
about
So
this
I
feature.
wasn't, yeah, I wasn't talking about articles. I was just like giving articles as an example
Okay.
of things that happened before the launch and
Hmm.
how does that play with the whole uh, changes in the last minute thing. So when I talk about proactive support, definitely it doesn't have to be articles. It can be anything that makes sense. It's really not. I mean, for me, less articles the better. I'm more for interactive stuff.
I think
But
Tyler
Tyler
was
wants.
first. Yeah.
Joni, go ahead and I'll wrap it up.
Oh, I was just going to say that I agree with being proactive and informing people of changes that are coming up. But I also agree with Madalena that the changes, I mean, sometimes they change a lot too. So what we thought would be released in beta, we end up not releasing. And I do think that there's a good way to, well, from my perspective, the best way to point people towards the changes is to just give a simple link to the release notes, and we can do it maybe like as a sidebar on an article, just here's what's coming up, and instead of writing the content ourselves and updating the content ourselves.
Yeah. So I've actually got two thoughts. So first is in the actual realm of trying to help users that are more are less technically inclined with changes coming up. I don't think that throwing a list of here's all the changes that are coming up into those users' face is the best idea. They're not going to know what changes apply to them. It's going to be just more, well, this looks like a bunch of changes, and it actually isn't. Like if you look at our release notes, there'll be 30 things listed, but nothing in the UI changed at all. So I don't think that is going to be the best idea. Um, we do have some stuff coming down the pipeline, though, and this is my second point in terms of helping users where they need help. One is Firefox Heartbeat, which we're currently testing right now and will be out later this year for all users. Um, with Heartbeat, that's going to give us the ability to specifically target certain segments of the population, and then give those users an engagement page that we control, that we can put links to SUMO, we can put articles, links to blog posts, whatever into that engagement page. So if we know that there is, an issue that's affecting users of Firefox 38 in, France, we can have a page that we write up for the French locale that we deploy to those users, that we show to those users, and that helps them. And we also get understanding from us as well. How bad is this issue affecting those users? But that's going to be a really powerful tool later this year, and will help with a lot of these sort of issues where users aren't coming to SUMO, but we want to help them out in other ways.
Yes, Roland, go for it.
And we're also later in this year going to have this self-repair thing, which is good for people like my sister. I'm not going to pick on my sister. And people who, if we detect a really high runner problem, then we can fix it. Or at least warn the user that they have a toolbar, or they have some other thing that we don't think is kosher. In Thunderbird, we used to do a new in Thunderbird article, Joni, that linked to the articles updated for that release. People seem to like it. I'm not sure how helpful that is. It wasn't contextualized to seniors or any other group. It was more like, I don't know, it made sense. The new in Thunderbird article did it from a user point of view, not from a non-user point of view, as Tyler rightly pointed out. And it was good in that way, but I don't think it's going to help seniors or, unfortunately, my sister. However, I am open to anything for Firefox or Android anyways. I'm willing to use Firefox or Android as an experiment. If the seniors or any other group that Ken or any other person is working with, there is a hole in our documentation or that you can help, that you want to fill, let's try it with Android and then move to desktop, or vice versa. I can work with somebody on that if someone wants to run with it. But I think we are doing a good job with what Joni's doing, but it's hard to. This is more like the user education aspect that Michael Verdi used to work on. This is like, how does a browser work? Oh, it changed. How do I figure out it changed and what happens? I mean, this is a general way of working with computers. Software changes, and it changes in a user-facing manner, and it will change sometimes without you understanding how and why it got upgraded to change. So, Ken, if you want to work on this, I'll chime in on the thread, but we can work on this in the context of Android or desktop. We can try it. We can host it. You know, I don't see a simple solution other than coming up with a whole user education strategy. Sorry, a long-term real solution to this. We could do little things for major, new, confusing user-facing features that we're not, in addition to what Joni's doing, is my point. Ken, if you want to work on that.
Yeah, I think Roland has a very good point there. I think one thing that we also can do definitely is, like you already said, work with people at the problematic point. So we should just address if a certain group of people has an issue or has a set of issues, we can work with the community to figure out how to help them overcome their problems with something. And it's going to probably be a bit reactive in that manner, but then again, it's going to be way more efficient than us trying to second guess at first without having the data we're going to get later this year. Just trying to come up with what we should be doing without knowing what exactly is going on with our user base. So later in the year, like Tyler said already, we're going to have more data. It's going to be way easier for us to figure out what's going on. For now, the best is probably just reactively doing what we're doing and making sure that we have the best documentation possible for launch dates. And yeah, things are going to keep changing, of course, because that's the nature of the internet. Cool. So we'll definitely keep discussing this, and if Ken is watching this later or listening to this right now, this is precisely the type of users, the type of contributors we're looking for, people who are in touch with groups of users affected by what we're doing and that are directly working with them on solving their issues, because that's what SUMO is all about, people helping other people. So working directly with people like Ken is definitely something we're looking forward to, and also in different languages as well. It's not only English. Okay.
Yes, and thanks for bringing this up, Ken.
Yeah,
it's very good. Thanks.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the outline of updates and announcements, and we have 2 nominations for people who did things. I think Dugabe was nominated by Roland. Just guessing.
Oh, that was last week, wasn't it?
Oh, did I just
Yeah.
copy paste things without thinking?
Way to
Sorry.
go.
Well, we can do it again. I mean, he's doing an awesome job anyway. Like with we hope you had a very good year and entrance into the new year as well. So yeah. So Andrew was probably That was okay. That's just me messing up. Sorry, guys. That's totally a glitch on my side, and I should have actually taken better care of this. And we still have the old.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. So
we've just mentioned people twice. That's awesome.
Okay.
I wasn't
I'm
here
just leaving them
last
in there.
week, so.
Okay.
So I can read about them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't think we have any updates from the development side because we don't have Kadir in the room. However, I just wanted to call out Safwan's great work on improving Kitsune and improving the way we display locales to people who want to localize things. So he's doing a great job on this, helping our devs get things done. And Safwan, thank you very, very much. This is really awesome. So this kind of ties into the contributor of the week part. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing. Thank you very much. I'm really
happy dance.
Yay!
Happy dance. Okay. It's really hard to see a happy dance if you can just see most of your face and that's it.
Just moving my hands.
Move your pinkies. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we don't have anything major to report for any UX changes. Firefox Desktop was quiet as well. Because, well, Christmas, New Year, it's usually quiet. I mean, people should not be looking at computers over that period that much, unless they really have to. For Firefox OS, quiet as well, and we don't have anybody in the room to walk us through this, but there's just one issue with Wi-Fi hotspots, and yeah, there's a link to the bug there if somebody's interested. Firefox Android.
35. I don't know. I'm assuming that I'll magically wave my hands, and that while I was gone, Joni finished all 35 articles.
Yeah, I thought we finished it before you left.
I know, but I was not really working the last hour or so when you finished it. Thank you. So Firefox 35 next week. Other than that, I just got back. Nothing to report. Anybody have anything?
I'm trying to think if I've had any issues using Firefox for Android on one of my Android devices. Let me think. No.
All Android. So 35 has awesome features like if your Wi-Fi is turned off, it'll prompt to turn it on. It has the ability to share your Wi-Fi base station coordinates for Mozilla mapping, and it has a search widget. Is that right? Some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Okay, no updates so far on the metric side as well. I should start looking into the numbers. I am actually looking into the numbers for Indonesia because we have a bug around Indonesia and English content for users from Indonesia. So this is probably going to be reported later on once I have more data. But the general metrics are always going up and to the right, I guess. That's how it usually works. If we notice a very disturbing trend of going down and to the right, we'll let you know, definitely. Community. So, Madalena, have you read all your 600 emails?
No.
Where's our update?
I have spent most of my day today trying to figure out what has been going on since I was away. A lot of things going on. I'm slowly responding to everything, so it will probably take another day to get me back on track. But I will be back on track this week, so expect amazing things to happen. Just allow me a few days so I can wake up.
Things happen. Is that like a spoiler or something? Teaser, spoiler? Yeah. What's going to happen?
Amazing things I cannot tell you.
Amazing. Okay. We're gonna have New Year's Eve again. Woo! Twice in 2 weeks. Yay! Party on. I mean, I still have some bubbly one. Anyway, okay. For knowledge base, Joni.
Yeah. So we're going to start some user testing this week for the navigation for Firefox Desktop, Android, and Thunderbird. So if you have any tasks that you're noticing you're getting a lot of questions on in the support forum, or anything you want, just drop them off in the spreadsheet and then we can test them.
Thank you for that. And there's a link to the spreadsheet in the notes, so let's follow that, people, if you're interested. For Altanan, I just wanted to thank Polti and Scooter Greason for noticing, reporting, discussing, letting us all know about Altanan issues and the content and so on. And we're going to be actively knocking the issues out one by one. So keep them coming. And I really, really have to say that I definitely appreciate people not only reporting a bug, but also trying to provide solutions or looking at it from different perspectives or just discussing it, because it's really, really cool. Sometimes when you have people, and I don't mean in Mozilla, sometimes when you have people complaining, all they want is a solution. But I think our community is just doing an amazing job of complaining and then saying, by the way, and then following up on this. So keep doing this, it's really, really cool. Also, I was asked by Safwan earlier today, and this is just an update so that people know that this is going to happen. As part of the work week discussions, we were discussing merging Bengali locales, because for now we have Bengali India and Bengali Bangladesh, of course, and there was a discussion between the leads for those two locales whether we should be bringing them back together, because apparently historically it was the case. However, at some point there was a split. There will be an Eltanan expedition going to India this quarter, so there will be continued discussions around this, and we're going to be most likely merging SUMO quite soon. Why am I mentioning this? Because our Bengali community is one of the biggest ones, one of the most active ones, so it will be really interesting to see how it works out. We're also working, and this is kind of taking out of a small box, and I won't tell you much more, but we're also trying to figure out a new locale for Firefox OS, because it's getting more and more popular around the world, so there's going to be some more news about this soon. And just a reminder, I posted a thread, and I will keep spamming people until forever, until I get a discussion going on, because I really want everybody to see the threads that are linked from there. I posted a thread about plans for 2015, kind of long-term plans, short-term plans, and changes, and so on. So do click the link, take a look, pick up even a small piece that interests you or that's kind of dear to you for any reason whatsoever if you're localizing, and do let me know what you think, because that's very important for me to hear from you what you think about that. And now we have the support forum.
Yeah, so there are no major updates, as probably everybody was expecting, as I was away for 2 weeks and just catching up. As I said earlier, more amazing things to come next week. I do have one thing to announce. I'm not sure if I've done it already, but Mozilla Hispano is going to migrate their support forum to the SUMO forums. This will be quite big. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with the Mozilla Hispano forums, but they're huge. So there'll be a little bit of work to do there. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing, so I'm just going to interrupt you for a second, because you're like, yeah, no major updates. By the way, 17 million people are going to come over to SUMO. And, but yeah, no big thing, like seriously. Like.
No, but I mean, Mozilla Hispano is really doing great in terms of the way they're organized. So honestly, they don't really need our help.
Will they fit?
Yeah, they will fit. They will fit.
You have to like start pushing people in.
It's not as big as the English one, so it's not too bad. But I'm honestly, I'm very excited and very happy to welcome them to our community. So when we do that, please say hi. We will have a bunch of new moderators and forum helpers. Not everybody will speak English, so it will be fun. But yeah, I'm very excited. It'll be like all the Spanish-speaking community will be moving to SUMO, so that's cool. And thank you, by the way, thank you, Nukeador, and thank you. Oh God, I keep forgetting like the real name. It's FNK, Pablo. Thank you for reaching out and for making this happen. We'll be in touch this week to discuss like all the whole migration, which I hope will happen by the end of January.
Yeah,
and that's my small update.
Yeah, that's a very small
Very
update.
small update.
Billions of people coming over. We're going to have a fiesta when this happens because it's Mozilla Hispana, so we have to have a fiesta. So everybody's going to get really cool Hispano-related things. Okay, so I think we're at the end of the meeting, so I'm just going to give 20 seconds for anybody who still wants to raise an issue or mention something or say something interesting or funny. That's about it. And in the meantime, I'm just going to remind you that we have a blog. Ooh, that's going to be more popular soon as well because the posts are going to be more regular than they used to be over Christmas. Sorry for that. It's just I was too busy not trying to eat everything. And we have also the Twitter account, which people keep following and interacting with. Thank you for that. And it's going to be getting more busy as well. So share it with Mozillian and non-Mozillian friends because we're there and we're definitely up for hearing from you. And with this, I'm just going to ask anybody interested in mentioning anything more.
I gotta go.
Okay,
I just want to wish everybody a really happy New Year because I don't think I had the chance to do it before. So we're in the new year, so happy 2015, and looking forward for a very, very fun year. Yay!
Okay, bye.
Well, I'm going to play this back to you in a year, and we'll see how right or wrong you were. Just saying. Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Whatever.
Bye.
Take it easy. Bye.